They created unforgettable solos, shaped the sound of legendary bands, and proved that keyboards carry as much weight as guitars in rock. From epic harmonies to explosive performances, these musicians transformed the keyboard into a protagonist. Get ready to meet the masters behind the keys. Top 10 most acclaimed rock keyboardists. MANZAREK. Influenced by jazz and classical music, the Doors' charismatic keyboardist was essential to the band's unique sound. With his Vox Continental and Rhodes piano bass, he created harmonic foundations that compensated for the absence of a bass guitar, while enhancing the poetic and psychedelic atmosphere in tracks like Light My Fire and Riders on the Storm.
Into this world.
He earns 10th place not for virtuosity, but for his inventive and distinctive approach. His minimalist and atmospheric style shaped a sound that influenced generations, demonstrating that creativity often outweighs speed. Richard Wright. With a role that was often discreet yet profoundly essential, Pink Floyd's keyboardist sculpted soundscapes that brought iconic albums like The Dark Side of the Moon and Wish You Were Here to life. His style was more focused on texture than technical display, making him indispensable in creating the band's psychedelic and emotional ambience. The 9th position is a recognition of his refined musicality and his ability to say a lot with few notes. Although not the most technically virtuous, his sensitivity to timbre and space left a subtle yet undeniably grand legacy in progressive rock. Hugh Banton. A member of the obscure yet cult followed Van der Graaf generator, the British keyboardist was a master at creating dense and dramatic atmospheres with his Hammond organ and synthesizers. The band's dark sound owes much to his work, which added emotional weight and a constant sense of tension and unpredictability. He occupies 8th place for his expressive style and ingenious arrangements, which blended experimentation with emotional impact. His less conventional but deeply original approach makes him one of the most distinct and respected names in avant-garde rock. KERRY MINNEAR. A member of one of progressive rock's most complex bands, Gentle Giant, the British multi-instrumentalist was a true musical encyclopedia in action. His mastery of piano, harpsichord, organ, and synthesizer served labyrinthine compositions that blended Renaissance, medieval, jazz, and rock music with extreme fluidity. He earned 7th place for his versatility and musical intelligence, which placed him among the most sophisticated keyboardists in the genre's history. His ability to switch between timbres and styles with almost mathematical precision is a rare feat, even within the demanding world of prog rock. Rick van der Linden. Hailing from the Netherlands, the main force behind the band's exception and trace combined refined classical technique with the vigor of progressive rock. A classically trained pianist, he adapted works by Bach, Beethoven, and Tchaikovsky for rock with fast, dramatic, and extremely well-crafted arrangements. The sixth position is a result of his impressive technical skill and the audacity to bring classical music to the center stage of rock. His clean, fast, and theatrical execution makes him a true virtuoso, respected by musicians and critics as one of the most talented in the genre. You need to check out our list of the 20 most influential German metal bands, a journey full of powerful sounds and experimentation. Click on the card appearing at the top of your screen. Tony Banks. A central figure in Genesis, a band that evolved from progressive rock to sophisticated pop, he was responsible for much of the sonic atmospheres that marked albums like Foxtrot, selling England by the pound, and The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. His compositions blended emotion, epic structure, and unusual harmonic progression. He receives 5th place for his ability to balance technique and musical sensibility with structural intelligence. He wasn't the fastest or most flashy, but his creativity and mastery of arrangement make him a true master, fundamental to the progressive legacy of British rock. Vangelis. Before becoming an icon of electronic music, he shined in the 70s with Aphrodite's Child, alongside Demis Roussos, where he already demonstrated his talent for atmospheric and orchestral composition. With a rare melodic sensibility, he easily navigated between analog synthesizers, pianos, and modern instruments, always seeking emotion through sound. The 4th position is justified by his profound musicality and ability to create cinematic soundscapes that transcended the boundaries of rock. Even without focusing on traditional virtuosity, his mastery of ambience and timbre places him as one of the most original and influential of all time. John Lord. Responsible for the heaviest and most iconic Hammond organ tone in rock history, he was a driving force in Deep Purple sound. His aggressive and classical lines, especially in songs like Highway Star and Lazy, helped shape what would become heavy metal and progressive hard rock. He ranks 3rd for the monumental impact of his powerful technique and the way he integrated classical music into heavy rock with fluidity and energy. His sonic signature is unmistakable, and his legacy remains a reference for any keyboardist in the genre. Rick Wakeman. A prominent figure in Yes and the British progressive scene, he drew attention with his shiny cape, his arsenal of keyboards, and his compositions inspired by historical and fantastic themes. In addition to his work with the band, he developed a successful solo career, always demonstrating technical mastery and exuberant imagination. He earned 2nd place for being one of the most complete and spectacular keyboardists in rock history. His speed, precision, and sense of grandeur made him a cornerstone of symphonic rock, combining emotion and virtuosity with rare elegance. Check out the honorable mentions now, before we reveal the top spot on our list. Keith Emerson. A central figure in the legendary trio Emerson, Lake and Palmer, he became famous for his explosive and theatrical approach to keyboards. Inspired by composers like Mussorgsky and Bartók, he took keyboard performance to a new level with the use of Moog synthesizers, Hammond organ, and acoustic piano in breathtaking solos. He reaches the top of the list for being, perhaps, the most innovative, technical, and daring keyboardist in rock history. His fusion of classical music with progressive rock, coupled with a captivating stage presence, makes him a definitive icon of the instrument. This was our selection of the most acclaimed rock keyboardists. But now we want to hear from you. Did anyone miss this list? Comment below and let's continue this conversation in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, share it with fellow music lovers, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next rankings and musical curiosities. And if you want early access to videos and exclusive content, become a channel member. Thanks for watching until the end. See you in the next sound.